aliens.
What the?
Where do they come from?
Versus the Pearsons.
An entire fleet of those guys are about to invade.
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to Paws On Animation and our podcast.
And today we're covering the live-action movie, Aliens in the Attic. You remember that one?
Now this is another recent addition to Tubi's library, and it turned out to be a family film from the 2000s. So we checked it out, and it centers on a family going to a summer house for the week, only for the kids to find alien invaders living in the attic. And they must stop them from bringing an army to Earth and keeping their family safe. It sounds goofy, it sounds silly, and guess what? It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
But
before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and click notifications for future podcasts and we'll pause videos.
And thank you so much for joining us today, subscribing, sharing our videos, commenting. Everything you do, we appreciate you so much, specials. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Rascal found this one. I'm glad she did.
Yes, yes. And as far as knowing about it or watching it back when it was originally out, I can say that I never watched it at that point, not even on DVD. I remember passing it by many times at Blockbuster when the place was still around, but never really picked it up. I remember seeing some trailers for it when the previews when you put in another DVD, but didn't really pay too much attention to it. I had just heard of it. And for years, it's like, is this movie actually any good? It just kind of passed you by. Then, Tubi added this movie along with the other Cartoon Network stuff. And even advertised a little bit to show for people who grew up in the 2000s, we've got a lot of your favorites here, or the underrated type movies. And they said, well, found it again on demand. I'll add it. Let's see how it is. Because sometimes they're not great movies and you see why they're not remembered anymore. The other times the ones like, why don't people talk about it anymore? It's so much fun. And this fits into the latter category.
I was pleasantly surprised that this was such an enjoyable film. I don't recall seeing commercials. I don't recall it at all. That doesn't mean I didn't see the commercials, but I know I'd never seen the movie. So for those of you not familiar with Aliens in the Attic, like I wasn't, it's a 2009 American sci-fi comedy film directed by John Schultz from a screenplay by Mark Burton and Adam F. Goldberg. Now, it's actually based on a story conceived by Burton himself. And we'll tell you about the cast, including some soon-to-be stars and a couple of stars that we were surprised to see in it, and a VA star as well. And so this movie runs 86 minutes, so it's not too long. It had a budget of $45 million, and it actually earned $59.6 million at the box office.
Okay.
It had 3 production companies, including Dune Entertainment, Regency Enterprises, and Josephson Entertainment, distributed by 20th Century Fox, so now you know it belongs to Disney.
Yes, unfortunately. So, in the event that Disney looks through their catalog, deep searching and say, hey, we own this one. Have we remade it yet? No. Okay, Aliens in the Attic reboot has been officially announced. That's what we're waiting for because Disney won't stop. So, at least, if that ever comes, we have now seen the original film.
And we hope it never happens.
Right.
So, this takes place in a Chicago suburb called Lake Forest. So, you've got these aliens called Zirconians.
Well, at least we should give them a sci-fi name.
With a K. Not like cubic zirconia. And not like Zarkon from Voltron.
Right.
They're Zirconians. And they come from the Dark Galaxy.
Yeah, it's like, it sounds silly, but hey.
And they kind of remind me of Gremlins in terms of their height, their design, and some of their names. Like one was named Razor.
Yeah, so I
Razor and Taser, and it reminded you of Gremlins.
Yeah, so it makes sense. I mean, like you said, it was trying to be a little bit of a spin, like a sci-fi version of Gremlins.
Yeah.
And only in this, it doesn't matter if you fed them after midnight or not, they were just going to attack anyway. And you said, for a premise like this, it sounds like, okay, this is going to be one of the dumbest things. And maybe back then it was, but people have been mentioning this a lot. 2000, they pretty much made movies on any weird and wacky premise. Sometimes you have ones that are like, okay, this is really stupid or this is dated. And other times you have ones like, oh my gosh, this was fantastic. This deserved more credit. This was hilarious. And I think this is one of those movies that is in that category. because the whole idea, you're thinking this can't possibly work, and somehow it does.
It does. And it's hilarious. Some parts are more hilarious than others, but it is funny. It's truly a comedy.
Yes.
And then on X last week, I did see that this movie, someone had posted a post saying, "Do you remember this? It was my childhood. I grew up watching it. Did you see it?" And it had over 13,000 likes. So it was a popular movie.
Yes.
It was a positively received movie.
Yeah.
And it almost doubled what it took to make it for the budget. So it
True.
wasn't a failure.
Right.
And it's finally remembered. The problem is, it's not well known.
Yes.
And that's probably how Tubi got it.
Right. And it looks like Disney gave Tubi some movies that they didn't care about. So who knows? They may not even go ahead and do an Aliens Night People, because Artemis Fowl's on there for free too, and that's Disney. So Matt said, okay, you know what? We can't do anything with this. You can have it. And you know it has to be pretty bad for them to not want a movie that they can remake and use for a profit.
But in this one, it was a bad call, because
Right.
this is a fun movie. So you have in it a brother and sister who with their mom and dad
Actually, I think it was 3 kids, right? I think so. It was an older sister and a little sister.
You're correct. I'm
Okay,
sorry. So
okay.
you have 3 of them and their mom and dad. And their cousin, played by Austin Butler, a young Austin Butler,
That was a surprise.
comes to visit. And they're having a gathering for some reason.
It's I think they're on vacation.
Yes, thank you. And so most of the adults are played by SNL people.
Mm-hmm.
You even had
Ashley Tisdale as one of the sisters.
Yes, she was hilarious and she was great.
Gosh,
And
yes.
what I liked about it is all the kids were likable.
Mhm.
And Austin Butler comes in as a jerk, but he straightens out once he knows things are going crazy.
Yeah.
Part of the charm in here is that the kids know the aliens are real, but they know the adults can't know.
Yes. And they actually have it for plot reasons, because the aliens have this device they attach to people. And it seems to only work on adults. They use it and they can control their minds and their bodies to be puppets. But the kids, it doesn't work. It only works with mature humans.
Probably because they believe
Right.
in the unseen and
Right,
different
like the
things
Artemis
and
Fowl with
magic
the
and so
fairy.
far, right?
Yeah.
And Polar Express.
Right. So it actually was a interesting idea where they were immune to the devices, so they had to keep it a secret from the parents,
Right.
because 1, they wouldn't believe them, and 2, they were in danger.
Mhm.
And if they got out of the house into any other people, they could take over anybody and it would escalate. So keeping them in the house, like you said, it was like a sci-fi Artemis Fowl, keeping them in the house and fighting them in the attic and all throughout the house actually was an interesting premise they did a lot with. And because it wasn't just 1 or 2 characters dealing with it, it opened up a lot of great comedic moments and great scenes. Like, one part is our favorite, having to deal with one of the older characters you see in here.
Right. And so what I was going to say before you say that, but thank you for mentioning it, is this is not the main plot of the movie. This is a secondary plot. The main plot is Bethany's new boyfriend.
Seriously.
And
yes.
that is the main plot of the movie. And the aliens are the secondary plot, which is a great comedic twist
Right.
to a movie about aliens.
Right. And the boyfriend, of course, you find out is a jerk, and he's lying about quite a few things you'll find out in the movie.
Yes.
At first, you're kind of like, okay.
I think his name is Ricky.
I think so. And then you're like, okay, whatever he's got coming to him, he deserved it. So he ends up being the prime target for the mind control device, and they have to fight him off and everything. And one of them gets a hold of the device that the aliens had to control him.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, he's kind of unconscious or hanging somewhere because there was an issue. But then they turn it on and off. They can control when he was under their control at any time. And he's probably the best
Yes.
actor in the entire movie, because all the times that he is under the influence or even out of it, he is like committed to this role. He's doing all the weird flips and turns. He's slapping himself. He's screaming and yelling. He's running around. He's doing these backflips. He says these lines that are
Yes.
like, why are you saying these lines? Why'd you do to my car? And it's freaking hilarious.
And he also does the body comedy where
Yes.
he is flexible.
It's not even CGI.
or a stunt double. It's him.
Yes, and like he was very committed to this, so it made it even funnier that it was actually him. And then our favorite scene of all is when they have another device for the grandmother, and they try to get a hold of that one because aliens came back at one point. And they end up having this Mortal Kombat fight in the living room. We're trying to gain control of the other, and it was just hilarious how many backflips and kicks and punches and all these impossible moves they were doing in this house.
And the ending is so satisfying and hilarious as well. They just did a great job writing this movie, and I don't know if they were writers or any other scripts, but if they didn't use them, that's their loss, because they had great comedic timing as far as the writing, and the actors that they chose had great comedic timing in the performances, and it's just a fun movie, and I wish I had seen it before now, but I'm just really glad I finally got to see it.
And so am I.
So what do the critics think? Let's tell you. Rotten Tomatoes, who wasn't rotten at that time but is rotten now, gave this film a 34%.
Oh, pretty low.
Entertainment Weekly said it was pointless and harmless family adventure. The San Francisco Chronicle called it unoriginal and crowd-pleasing. Variety said it would appeal only to a more narrow demographic of tweens and preteens.
Basically saying only the dummies are gonna like
The Los
this.
Angeles Times called it enjoyable, kid-friendly, but not an out-of-this-world classic. Hollywood Reporter said John Schultz played everything for laughs and earns more than a few, but tech effects deliver a fair number of those laughs as well, which really isn't saying much. Radio Times gave it a 3. And the Dove Foundation praised the film, saying it's one of those movies that you find to be better than anticipated, and also said that the film draws on realism and family dynamics. I think that's the best one of all.
That's the only time I think the Dove rating system actually was right.
So it actually got accolades from Teen Choice Awards. In 2009, it won Movie Star Female Ashley Tisdale. She got a nomination. And in 2010, Young Artist, Young Ensemble Cast, Megan Parker, Henry Young, Reagan Young, Austin, Robert Butler, and Carter Jenkins all got a nomination.
Okay.
So it was, again, this was something that maybe critics didn't like, but it was vastly appreciated by a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it would appeal to tweens and teens. But if you also just love fun and joy, and you remember what it's like to be a kid, and a lot of adults don't, you will enjoy this movie and you will have fun. And it should be required viewing if you want to be in a better mood and just have some laughs and some joy. It's fantastic.
And really, when you watch the movie, it's also centered majority of the time on kids. And the aliens themselves, while they're supposed to be threats, and they are threats even though they're small, I think 4 out of 5 of them are villains. What's also funny is that what they learn from Earth is like Martian Manhunter. They watch TV. And a lot of times, one of them keeps quoting movies, old movies, when he's making threats and things, and thinking
kind of
that's
like
the lingo.
Bumblebee.
Right. And he's thinking that's some threats to them. And it's like, you're just saying movie quotes, and it's pretty funny. And he reenacts scenes and things, that's all they know of Earth. And they're thinking, oh, this will be easy. As long as they don't have these big machines here, fine. It actually was interesting. It was a small portion. It was very different from other movies that have aliens in it. It's no E.T., but I do like they tried to put their own little spin on it and still made them a threat despite it being a comedy.
Definitely. So let's go through the cast.
Yes.
We had Carter Jenkins, played by Thomas Pearson. We had Thomas Pearson, played by Carter Jenkins. Jake Pearson, Austin Butler. Bethany Pearson, Ashley Tisdale. Hannah Pearson, Ashley Boddicker. Ricky Dillman, the Jerk, played by Robert Hoffman. Art Pearson, Henry Young, Lee Pearson, Reagan Young, Stuart Pearson, Kevin Nealon, Nina Pearson, Jillian Bigman, Nate Pearson, Andy Richter, Nana Rose Pearson, Doris Roberts, Sheriff Doug Armstrong, portrayed by Tim Meadows, Megan Parker as Brooke, Malise Zhao as Julie, and Maggie Vandenberg as Annie Filkins. The VAs for the aliens: Josh Peck as Sparks, J.K. Simmons as Skip, Thomas Hayden Church as Taser, and Kerry Walgren as Razor.
Even the aliens are voiced by stars.
Yes. So there was a video game release for it, Aliens in the Attic, also in August of that year.
Really?
And it was pretty popular. It was released by Nintendo. It was developed by Revistronic, published by PlayLogic, and it was available on Nintendo DS, Wii, PlayStation 2,
Oh, that's
and
funny.
Microsoft Windows. It was single player, and it did pretty well.
Oh, okay. Didn't even know that had a game.
And now we do.
I guess how close they got to submerge other than DVD.
So if you've seen Aliens in the Attic, let us know what you think in the comments. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was entertaining? Did you watch it more than once? Tell us what you think. If you haven't seen it, it's available on Tubi to stream for free.
Yes.
Give it a watch. Be sure to give it a watch. Come back and tell us what you think.
And if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and movie reviews for anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for joining us today. As always, you are our specials.
Thanks for what you're watching, Mask Entertainment.
The Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
What does that big button do?